Electronic Flight Instrument Systems, or EFIS. An electronic flight instrument system is a system of graphically presented displays with underlying sensors, electronic circuitry, and software that effectively replaces all mechanical flight instruments and gauges with a single unit. The EFIS fitted to larger aircraft consists of a primary flight display, or PFD, and a navigation display, or ND. These instruments are duplicated for the captain and the first officer. The PFD presents the usual attitude indicator in connection with other data, such as airspeed, altitude, vertical speed, heading, or coupled landing systems. The ND displays route information, a compass card, or the weather radar picture. In addition to the two large graphical displays, a typical EFIS will have a display select panel, a display processor unit, a weather radar panel, a multifunction processor unit, and a multifunction display. We will look briefly at each of these. EFIS primary flight display. The typical EFIS PFD is a multicolor CRT or LCD display unit that presents a display of aircraft attitude and flight control system commands, including VOR, localizer, TACAN, tactical air navigation, or RNAV, area navigation deviation, together with glide slope or pre-selected altitude deviation. Various other information can be displayed, including mode annunciation, radar altitude, decision height, and excessive ILS deviation. EFIS navigation display. Like the EFIS PFD, a typical EFIS ND takes the form of a multicolor CRT or LCD display unit. However, in this case, the display shows the aircraft's horizontal situation information, which, according to the display mode selected, can include compass heading, selected VOR, localizer or RNAV course and deviation, including annunciation or deviation type, navigation source annunciation, digital selected course, desired track readout, excessive ILS deviation, to from information, distance to station or waypoint, glide slope or VNAV deviation, ground speed, time to go, elapsed time or wind, course information and source annunciation from a second navigation source, weather radar target alert, waypoint alert when RNAV is the navigation source, and a bearing pointer that can be driven by VOR, RNAV or ADF sources as selected on the display select panel. The display mode can also be set to approach format or en route format with or without weather radar information included in the display. Display Select Panel. The Display Select Panel, DSP, provides navigation sensor selection, bearing pointer selection, format selection, navigation data selection, ground speed, time to go, time and wind direction speed, and the selection of VNAV, if the aircraft has this system, weather or second navigation source on the ND. A DH set control that allows decision height to be set on the PFD is also provided. Additionally, course direct to, and heading are selected from the DSP. Display Processor Unit. The Display Processor Unit, or DPU, provides sensor input processing and switching, the necessary deflection and video signals, and power for the electronic flight displays. The DPU is capable of driving two electronic flight displays with different deflection and video signals. For example, a PFD on one display and an ND on the other. Weather Radar Panel. The Weather Radar Panel, or WXP, provides mode control, off, STBY, test, norm, WX and map, range selection of 10, 25, 50, 100, 200 and 300 nautical miles, and system operating controls for the display of weather radar information on the MFD and the ND when RDR is selected on the MFD and or the DSP. Multifunction display. The multifunction display takes the form of another multicolor CRT or active matrix LCD display unit. The display is normally mounted on the instrument panel in the space provided for the weather radar or WXR indicator. Standard functions displayed by the unit include weather radar, pictorial navigation map, and, in some systems, checklist and other operating data. Additionally, the MFD can display flight data or navigation data in case of a PFD or ND failure. Multifunction Processor Unit. The Multifunction Processor Unit, or MPU, provides sensor input processing and switching, and the necessary deflection and video signals for the multifunction display. The MPU can provide the deflection and video signals to the PFD and ND displays in the event of failures in either or both DPUs.